coming up, we'll see Derek Carr. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Saints and the Falcons, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 24.
First opened back in 1975, there's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints. With Charles David. Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway from the Superdome. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Carr now on first down. This will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year, 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get to a perfect season. Will a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples to apples because of the length of regular seasons. But if you think back to the 1972 Dolphins, they were 14-0 in the regular season. 3 wins made them a Super Bowl champion, so they were 17-0 total. Imagine getting through 17 now and then continuing on and winning the Super Bowl. They're an all-timer team already for me.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Carr to throw again. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. Here's Carr. Rolling to his left. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Lorenzo Carter able to get in there and drop him behind the line. On the end around, here comes Smith. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. The Saints offense and Derek Carr, they're still on the field, so they figure to go for 2 here. And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. And he will get in to make it 8-0. Interesting. I mean, they're putting their foot on the gas here early, going for 2 to go up 8-0.
Well, after that drive, you have to believe that they thought to themselves, if we can do that, what's another 2 yards? Let's go get those and get 2 points as a result.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they'll be led out by a much-discussed third-rounder in last year's draft, the second-year pro out of Cincinnati, Desmond Ridder.
And you know how scouts always talk about checking all the boxes? I think this young man does exactly that when you're looking for an NFL quarterback. Proven leader. Teams went 43-6 while he was in college. Has speed, dual-threat ability, and the production.
Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. So already trailing, Charles, they opted to try to take a shot on their first play from scrimmage. Obviously, that one didn't pan out.
Absolutely not. And how about the momentum that's being created now? You score, you take it away, big return. You got a chance to go up 2 touchdowns here early in the game. That'll feel great for their team.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Brandon, there was more on his mind there than just getting to the first down marker. Saw an opportunity to get a big play and was going to let the defense do a lot to stop him from getting there.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Derek Carr, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over him. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
Dennis Allen going to go for 2 here. He's leaving his offense out. And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. And he is in to make it 16-0. I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
On 4th down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they almost push them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
On play action, now Carr. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These 2 teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the visiting Saints who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in New Orleans. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
Now a play fake. Carr out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Carr keeps it on the sneak. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. So he gets absolutely nothing out of that sneak, and now it's fourth down. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A.T. Perry, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. The third time wasn't a charm. They got the first two point tries, still have the lead, but couldn't get the third.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for two so often?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for it. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they had gotten 2 for 2.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football. Here's 2nd and 7. As they've got it as we resume action. Out of the gun, here's Ritter. Quick slant, that's caught by the 5'11" Landry. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. A huge play there on the screen pass. 57 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Jarvis Landry from 6 yards away. And the Falcons are able to cut into that deficit. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will cut the lead down to 15. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's Jarvis Landry who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw his Carr. And that is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, You can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Into the hands of Perry, complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 27 yards there, a first down. On play action, it's Carr. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A.T. Perry for their second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Saints are able to widen their lead here in this first half. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they retain their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Ritter will set up to throw it. Throw left side. There's London. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Here's Ritter. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Tyrann Mathieu showing off a bit on that stop. Really nice tackle for loss. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 2nd and 12. Ritter now. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Perry. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. This is Perry. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A.T. Perry in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman. Hit our only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs. So excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Barton is not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
3rd and 5. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Ritter cannot escape, and they bring him down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Perry. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. To throw, it's Carr. On the move to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Derek Carr taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Second down throw coming for Ritter. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's taken on the 25. And now off to the races down the right side. They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And it's the best possible drive. First and goal at the 1-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they can run the score up even further as they begin this drive with a first and goal and that huge lead. And Carr's going to keep it himself. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Derek Carr scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The Saints offense and Derek Carr, they're still on the field, so they figure to go for 2 here. And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Now it's Patterson. Pushing his way through. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Well, the Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. This to about the 24, a gain of 3. Well, you're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
Here's Brown as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And taken right at the 35. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. The Saints coming out now to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated.
Touchdown! A.T. Perry, 57 yards. And the Saints get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Dennis Allen going to go for 2 here. He's leaving his offense out on the field. And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Now it's Patterson. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Atlanta now coming out on the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive.
There he goes, left side. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll take this one inside to 10, down to the 8. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Ritter throwing on 3rd down. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Falcons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Koo, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. A good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives. And I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A.T. Perry, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead. How about the game that he has compiled here? So he has the 2 receiving touchdowns, and now that is his 3rd rushing touchdown. 3 plus 2, 5 total.
I'm telling you, you and your math can't beat you on that one.
Yeah.
You've got it down. But how about the diversity of the day he's had? Just what you pointed out. 3 on the ground, 2 catching them. What a performance.
What a performance. If I get my numbers and colors down, it's going to be a real threat.
Just always remember, color between the lines.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken right around the 44. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. The New Orleans offense set to take over, and they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. 2nd and 10. Play fake. Winston. There he goes again. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. A.T. Perry, 48 yards. And the Saints add 6 more to their point total. And they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Now, here's Winston as his guys will line up and go for the 2-point conversion. And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, But going for 2 in this situation, like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready. At their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This pass is caught by London. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 44 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Ritter. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Back to throw, Ritter. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball down.
Here's a diving catch right side. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Koo able to connect on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're looking to throw this. Winston steps away. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Now, here's Winston as his guys will line up and go for the 2-point conversion. And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Time to get another look at Drake London and the Falcons offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times?
Ritter has it knocked down. And this is picked up by the Saints. And the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That really sets them back. A loss of 6. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Oh, but he's going to be met behind the line and taken down. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Taking on the midfield logo. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Winston here to throw. Completes it to Perry. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Saints, they finish off a perfect regular season, 17-0. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they fall for just the 4th time all season as they will finish 13-4. And now they'll have to see how the final playoff picture will all shake out. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.